Hello guys, welcome back to my channel in English Academy. Guys, please like, share, follow, comment and subscribe the channel. Guys, if you have subscribed the channel, now we come on the topic the poem The Bus, which was written by the eminent Indo-Anglican poet Arun Kolatkar. Guys, Arun Kolatkar writes about the Indo-Anglican themes. His poems Jejuri is modern in sensibility, irony and satire. Jejuri is a pilgrim center in the southeast of Pune in Maharashtra. In this long poem, A.K. describes his impressions of the place. The poem The Bus has been taken from this long poem Jejuri, which was published in 1976. In this poem, he describes his journey to Jejuri by the night bus of the State Transport Corporations. The poet presents a realistic picture of the old and risky bus. He also comments on the rough and uneven road to Jejuri. Thus, the poem has the elements of irony and satire. A.K. Ramanujan appears to have a feelings of disrespect for old and outdated way of India life. He tells that his journey to Jejuri by the night bus is very uncomfortable. Guys, after knowing a little introduction of the poem, we must know about the theme of the poem. In the poem, The Bus, A.K. Arun Kolatkar describes the bus journey to Jejuri. The state transport bus is very old and risky. In palace of glasses only tarpaulin flaps are buttoned down to the windows. From a small hole in the tarpaulin flaps, cold wind keeps on striking the poet's elbow. Guys, we will explain one by one line of the poem. So guys, let's start now. The tarpaulin flaps are buttoned down on the window of the state transport bus all the way up to Jejuri. A cold wind keeps whipping and slapping a corner of the tarpaulin at your elbow. Guys, Arun Kolatkar reaches by the state transport bus on his visit to Jejuri on a pilgrimage. The bus is very old and rickety. The windows of the bus don't have glass panes, therefore, they have improvised it with tarpaulin. Its flaps are buttoned down on the windows of the bus throughout the journey. It is cold outside. A gust of cold wind makes the tarpaulin and hit on his elbow as if it is whipping or slapping him. The tarpaulin is no transport. The poet doesn't have any idea of the outside surroundings. Moreover, the road is rough, hence the poet finds the bus journey very uncomfortable. You look down the roaring road. You look down the roaring road. What little light spills out of the bus, your own divided face in a fear of glasses on an old man's nose, is all the countryside you get to see. Guys, in these lines, Arun Kolatkar presents a realistic picture of his bus journey. He gives all the details of the bus, which is in a dil- dilapidated conditions. There are no window panes, hence tarpaulin flaps have been buttoned down on the windows. The tarpaulin is opaque and the passengers can't see the countryside. He looks down the noisy roads. The rays of the morning sun are not visible direct but indirectly through indirectly through the spectacles of an old man. He can see the countryside reflected in a pair of spectacles on an old man's nose. Your own divided face in a pair of glasses on an old man's nose is all the countryside you get to see. You seem to move continuously forward towards a destination just beyond the cast mark between his eyebrows. Outside, the sun has risen quietly. It aims through an eyelet in the tarpaulin and shoots at the old man's glasses. Guys, the poet has presented a very interesting and realistic description of his night bus journey to Jejuri. There are no transparent windows, panes, or glasses in their place. Tarpaulin has been buttoned down to the window. The poet moves forward continuously towards his destination, Jejuri, but he sees it just beyond the caste mark on the forehead of an old man. The sun has risen in the morning, but can't be seen by the passengers. The sun rays pass through a very small hole in the tarpaulin and suddenly fall on the old man's spectacles. It is all because of opaque tarpaulin through which the poet and other passengers can't see. A shaft of sunbeams come to a rest gently against the driver's right temple, then seems to change directions. At the end of a bumpy ride with your own face on either side, when you get off the bus, you don't step inside the old man's head. The poet says that he is not able to see the sunrise. It is so because the window don't have window panes of glass. The window have been buttoned down a tarpaulin flaps. No passenger can see. In the morning, a broken sunbeam falls on the right temple of the driver. By that, the poet thinks that there has been a change of direction. The road is also rough and the bus is old and rickety. At the end of the bumpy bus ride, the poet first looks at both the sides of his face, then gets down, making sure that he doesn't step inside the old man's head.